in our investigation.
No, just heard there from Sheree King, a 39-year-old male in police custody in connection with this incident. Police say what triggered the violent confrontation remains unclear as investigators work to piece together the events behind the deadly attack.
At this present time, this matter is being classified as a death investigation until we do further investigation into this matter, a thorough investigation into this matter, and then we will properly classify this matter.
Tragedy on Abaco Saturday night. A 58-year-old man was killed after being struck by a vehicle on Forest Drive. Police say the driver stayed at the scene and is assisting police with the ongoing investigation. A 31-year-old reportedly jumped from the Sydney Poitier Bridge Saturday night in a suspected suicide attempt. Bystanders pulled him from the water and he's now in stable condition. Luckily, authorities say he has a medical condition and is on prescribed medication. Police investigating two separate shootings over the weekend. On Saturday night, a 60-year-old man was shot in the leg on Wilton Street after two hooded men fired at him as he ran from an establishment. He's in stable condition. Early Sunday, an argument between two motorists on East Street South ended with a 30-year-old man shot in the arm. He drove himself to the hospital and is stable. Both incidents now under investigation. Well, a $3 million drug bust in Bimini. Police, Defense Force, and U.S. counterparts seized 150 kilograms of suspected cocaine Saturday night after spotting man offloading coolers near a vessel at Buccaneer Point. The suspects fled in a black truck. No arrests were made. Investigation continues. Well, customs officers took center stage at Bethel Baptist Church this weekend for the International Customs Day. That and more when we come back. Customs officers gathered at Bethel Baptist Church this weekend to mark International Customs Day. Customs Controller Ralph Monroe says while the service highlights the international observance, an entire week is dedicated to celebrating the department's officers.
Throughout the region in particular, we take the whole week so that we can go to the public and we can apprise them of what our role is. We believe that if we do that, we can get better cooperation because at the basis of what we do is the trade facilitation, and the Bahamas imports everything, and so we are fully immersed in trade.
Well, Monroe says the week is all about training officers so the department can operate effectively in the 21st century.
It takes public education, and of course it's also the education of the customs official. The role of customs officer is continuously evolving. Trade changes, and therefore we've got to be up to date with what's happening internationally. And of course, we are in a developing society. It means that the customs officer must sharpen his tool. He must become better so that we can meet the demand of the public.
Well, we now have a report from the Free Nation Movement press conference that was held in Grand Bahama this evening. The Free Nation Movement calling for greater clarity on major development projects in Grand Bahama, including the Grand Lucayan Resort and the Grand Bahama International Airport. The opposition made the comments during a press conference, as I indicated, held at the resort earlier today. Ramiko Knowles has more.
We're here today because we believe that Grand Bahamians and the Bahamas deserve to know the truth.
Standing outside the Grand Lucayan Resort, the Free National Movement candidates, party officials, and party leader Michael Pintard say the long idle property continues to raise questions for residents, workers, and businesses across Grand Bahama. Pintard notes that prolonged delays have contributed to uncertainty for families and employees connected to the resort.
Behind this building are real people. Workers who missed paychecks, families who fell behind on rent and light bill.
The opposition leader questioned the government's claim that more than $120 million was collected from the sale of the Grand Lucayan, arguing that no public documentation has been presented.
If money was collected, show the proof. If the money was not collected, tell the truth. This property is too important to be treated like a political prop.
Attention then turned to the Grand Bahama International Airport, which the F&M described as a key component of the island's economic recovery.
To this day, the Bahamian people still do not know whether the airport will be rebuilt on the same footprint, whether a final design exists, what the true cost will be, and who will manage the facility once it is completed.
But beyond criticism, Pintard outlined what he called the Free National Movement's clear and practical vision for Grand Bahama, focused on completing long-promised projects and strengthening the island's economic base. Now, with Cabinet expected to meet in Grand Bahama this week, the Free National Movement says the visit presents an opportunity for the government to share updates and timelines on both projects. This, as government officials say they remain committed to development initiatives on Grand Bahama. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Well, thanks very much, Romiko. Chairman of the Progressive Labour Party, Fred Mitchell, has responded to comments made by the leader of the Free Nation Movement regarding developments in Grand Bahama. Mitchell says the opposition leader remarks appear aimed at drawing attention to himself, adding that the F&M leader is aware that positive developments are on the horizon for Grand Bahama.
He's heard that good things are coming, that an announcement is coming, the cabinet is going to be up there next week, and Grand Bahama is set to relaunch. Grand Bahama is doing better than it was 4.5 years ago. When the F&M left office, things were in a perfect and total mess. So what this is an attempt to sort of throw a bomb and try and distract the population from what is coming in the future.
Well, Mitchell adds that the opposition leader may wish to focus on the role of the Grand Bahama Port Authority in addressing issues affecting the island.
What he needs to do is to get on side the people of Grand Bahama and ask the questions of the people who are the owners of the city and why they have not put the resources into trying to get the city back on its feet. The government has been subsidizing it. The Progressive Liberal Party has done its best and will continue to do its best to develop the city. Things taking a little longer than we thought, but the fact is the development is coming. So that's Michael Pintard's story with this. This is simply a distraction. He's trying to beat the PLP to the punch, but the public is going to await the good news in the coming week.
Well, switching gears tonight, Seabreeze residents rolled up their sleeves at a hands-on budgeting workshop, learning practical ways to plan for the year ahead, hosted by Seabreeze Member of Parliament Leslie Miller-Bryce. The Smart Family Initiative gave families of all ages tools for real work financial success.
I want our community to be financially stable, not just getting by from one paycheck to the next, but thriving, able to invest in our families, in our homes, and in our dreams. Financial stability means peace of mind. It means having the ability to handle emergencies without fear, to save for the future, and to build wealth that can be passed down for generations. But none of this happens without understanding financial literacy. Knowing how money works, how to save effectively, and how to avoid unnecessary debt are skills that empower us all.
Nathaniel Butler of Juror Solutions led participants through a hands-on planner with income trackers, savings exercises, and paycheck tools, helping families plan their financial future.
So whatever life goals that you have, I only need you to write down a minimum of 3. If you want to fill it out to 5, that's fine. I want you to just quickly jot it down inside the book. What are your top 3 to 5 life goals? In life, you're going to rise to your incompetence. You're going to hit and you're going to rise all the way to where you're competent, and you're going to hit the ceiling of where you're not competent. And so this is why we need to work on this.
Church of God Joe Farrington Road is getting a facelift. Construction underway since last July is set to be completed in time for the March convention. Overseer Bishop Joseph Smith.
The entire building was gutted out, and we have to reinstall brand new windows. A brand new roof was placed on this edifice, And we just had a lot of leakage over the years. And we saw fit that it was time for major renovations.
Well, progress is underway, but Bishop Smith says the church still needs public support and donations to finish the renovations.
The entire government school system, they use here at the Joe Fiden Road Convention Center, William Johnson Auditorium. We have graduations here. We have funerals here. We have conventions here. But the building is in dire need of renovation, because we need to make it ready for 2026.
Well, stay with us. Sports is up next.
What if the reason you're stuck is because of the cycles you keep repeating? Cycles of fear, cycles of doubt, cycles of waiting for permission to live the life God already called you to. Every generation has a moment when destiny calls your name. On January 30th, 2026, that moment returns. The movement that awakened thousands is back, bigger, bolder, and more purposeful than ever before. This is Shift 26. Under the theme, Shift into Wealth, No More Cycles. This is not just another conference. It is a divine interruption. It's your permission slip to shift once and for all. A reset for your faith, your focus, and your future. So mark your calendars, gather your tribe, because this time, you're not just coming to be inspired, you're coming to be transformed. Shift 26, January 30th, 2026 at the Bahama Convention Center. No more waiting, no more cycles. It's time to shift into wealth.
Welcome to your stress-free Sunday Sports. I'm Eugene Stewart. Well, Bahamas Aquatics making their splash to the swimming season by hosting its two-day New Year kickoff meet at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center. Rounding out the pool in 8th would be Lightning Aquatics with 152 points. Manta Swim and Water Polo Club in 7th with 194 points. Alpha Aquatics in 6th with 197 points. Lyford Swim Club rounding out in 5th with 285.50 points. 4th would be the Black Marlin Swim Club with 343 points. Taking the bronze would be Barracuda Swim Club with 502.50 points. In second place, taking silver, the Blue Wave Swim Club with 1,031 points, and taking home the gold would be Mako Aquatics Club with 1,036 points. This is the first meet of the year. Blue Wave Swim coach Dylan Brown says the group continues to set the pace.
First meet, we had the team had some mixed expectations. As you know, usually for Christmas break, the kids go off. Some are here. But for most part, the swimmers who were here during the Christmas break and for Christmas camp, they came up with some amazing time. Last night was pretty amazing. I think pretty much the entire team dropped last night. I'm pretty happy with the result. This morning was mixed this morning, so we're looking forward to see what we'll get later on this evening.
In track action, it was the 23rd Star Performance track meet getting out of the blocks from the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium yesterday with some great performances and qualifying times for this year's Carifta Games. On the field, Jakaya Roll would meet the qualifying standard in the under-20 girls long jump with a leap of 5.70 meters.
I expected it. I train hard. I work hard. I just came out here and do my best and did what my coach told me to do, and I put it out there. In the beginning, I just focused on all my techniques, what I learned in practice. I prayed to God, and then I just went out there, ran down the runway, did my pop-up and landed.
In the under-17 girls making their way down the straightway would be all Kiezra Thomas of Speed begins, setting a 23.48 time as Breon Ward followed closely behind, also qualifying with a time of 24.49 seconds. For the under-20 girls 200 meters, it was all Alexis Roberts of Team Roberts dashing down, and this one no doubt as Roberts set a Carifta qualifying time of 24.12 seconds. As for the early positive results and qualifiers, B3A's President Jamiko Archer says Team Bahamas is gearing up for a strong Carifta showing.
Last year, we did our very best. I think the best performance that we've done in 40 years at the Carifta Games. And I'm telling you, that this will be pure domination for Team Bahamas. I'm expecting even better performances. And so all in all, on the field, on the track, high jumps, vertical and horizontal jumps, the throws, we've been seeing some incredible performances, which I think is going to really tell a wonderful story for the Caribbean Games.
And that's been your stress-free Sunday Sports. I'm Eugene Stewart. Have a great week, everyone.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Dan Dorsett joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Desmond. Before we take a look at current conditions, as always, first, let's take a look into what's shaping our weather for the next few days. High pressure across the Bahamas will continue to shift eastward tonight, making way for a cold front to enter the northwest Bahamas late tomorrow. That's Monday. Now, that front is expected to pass through the capital around 10 p.m., bringing a noticeable but comfortable drop in nighttime temperatures settling in as we head into the weekend. Now, outside of our studios this evening, we're feeling a temperature of 82 degrees, few clouds in the sky. Winds are south-southeast at 9 miles per hour. Humidity is at 73% and pressure is sitting at 30.11 inches or 1,019.8 millibars. Now a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northwest Bahamas, Freeport City and Green Turtle Key, 80 degrees, 78 in Alistown, Bimini, 79 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco and Bullocks Harbor, 80 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros and Harbor Island, 81 in Camp Space, South Andros, Black Point, Exuma, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Arthurstown, Kid Island, San Salvador and Rum Key, 82 in Georgetown, Exuma, 82 also in Clarence Sound, Crooked Island and Ragged Island, 83 in Betsy Bay and Auckland, and 82 in Matthew Town, Inagua, 81 in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now turning to your boating forecast. In the northwest and central Bahamas today, winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet, and the high tide at 1 o'clock in the morning. And for those in the southeast Bahamas tonight, winds will be east to southeast at 12 to 18 knots, seas at 3 to 5 feet, and small craft operators are advised to exercise caution. For those in the northwest Bahamas, winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet, a low tide at 7:25 in the morning, followed by a high tide at 1:11 in the afternoon. And in the central and southeast Bahamas, winds will be southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. Our satellite picture is showing mostly clear skies across the country, making for a very pleasant evening. For tonight, we're expecting mainly clear skies and a warm temperature of 73 degrees, and tomorrow, some sun with a few showers that's connected to the cold front, humid conditions and breezy in the morning with a temperature of 83 degrees. Now, looking ahead to your extended weather forecast, expect a warm day tomorrow with just a few passing showers, but after that, we'll settle into a string of sunny days with cooler, comfortable nights through the weekend before cloudy skies and scattered showers return on Sunday. Now that's your look on weather, and this is your reminder to slow down. Take it easy. It's a start to another beautiful week, and I hope you have a great one. Desmond.
Well, thanks, Dan. And finally tonight, contestants of the Bahamas International Pageant Organization are stepping outside the traditional pageant mold, embracing a more hands-on journey that challenges them to work together, give back, and earn their place along the way. As the organization marks a milestone year, the focus is shifting from the spotlight to real-life lessons that extend far beyond the stage. President of the Bahamas International Pageant Organization, Tia Thompson.
So this year we wanted to do things a little different. We are approaching year 10 of our pageant organization, and this year we wanted to do things a little different. You know, the girls are so used to their parents and their guardians and supporters pumping everything into them during their pageant journey, and especially us as the organization, you know, pumping into them. We wanted them to get the experience of what it is to get up on a Saturday and, you know, go out and work and hustle and bustle, for them to be able to participate in the pageant and be a part of the pageant journey.
Now we caught up with Tanria Storr, Miss Teen International World 2025, and Miss Teen Top Model Christine DeRusso, Miss Teen Great Abaco Keys, as they shared the inspiration behind the fundraiser.
Thank you so much. Today we are here to raise money for Family Island contestants as well as people here living in Nassau. This is a very positive initiative, and we would really appreciate it if you would come out and support. Thank you so much for everything that you've done already, anyone who's came out here and supported us today. And yeah.
Good day, my name is Diamond Knowles, and I'm a contestant of Miss Teen Universe Bahamas. Okay, D-I-A-M-O-N-D. Yeah, Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christine DeRusso, and I am Miss Teen Great Abaco Keys. K-R-I-S-T-A-N-E-Y-D-U-R-O-S-C-A-U.
Good day, everyone. I'm Tanria Storr, Miss Teen International World 2025 and Miss Teen Top Model. T-A-N-A.
Oh, wish them all the best. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.